All right, I'm going to do another late night crossword solve against my better judgment. But yes, if you saw my video yesterday, my roof is being replaced. It was very noisy today. There'll be more of the same tomorrow. So I'm trying to fit in the crossword now. So doing the one for Friday, February 21st, set by Paul. Let's see what Paul has for us. Oh no, he has gotten the better of me a lot recently. Floors warp slowly at first with buff carpeting. Now, I'm very suspicious of that word carpeting. I can see how that might be a positional word, that a word for buff might carpet or surround the other wordplay, which means the definition would be floors. Ooh, which could be the verb like knocks back or knocks down, or just takes by surprise in some way. But what would buff could be that color like manila envelopes, or it could be in the buff naked. But I think it must I was gonna say it must end in s, but if not, if it's something like knocks down, the first word would end in s, I think. Oh, slowly at first might be the s. And so we might have an... What's warp, though? Warp could be an anagram indicator. Anyway, I'm wasting too much time on that one. How about grasp Spooner's head louse? So I think it must mean grasp. I think it's going to be a phrase that means understand rather than grab hold of, take in, and it's going to be a spoonerism of head louse, but it has a question mark. So I don't think it's going to be necessarily a mite of some kind. Something bug, maybe? Yeah, we may have to separate a word for head and a word for louse. Ooh, louse could be rat. No, how about you and I pretend to save time for team? Well, you and I could be us or we. I think it might be we and then some word meaning pretend, and that is going to save or surround a T for team. Now, is it a generic team or a specific? Oh, if it's we, I'm just trying to think of a team that starts with we and one is West Ham, and I can see pretend is sham. So we plus sham, and that takes in the T for time. All right. Ooh, so maybe, is that W coming from the warp? Or maybe we anagram slowly. Ooh, and then maybe buff comes after it and it means carpeting. No. Very difficult installing engine part in Yorkshire town. Well, very difficult, I'm thinking, is hard. I think there might be some Yorkshire place like Hardcastle or Hardminster. Although I think the very difficult is going to have to install. It's going to be it's going to surround an engine part. But what's a Yorkshire town? Oh goodness. Can't think of one. Go low, boarding vessel. The definition might simply be go. And it might be a word for low that boards or goes inside a word for a vessel, which could be a sailing vessel or it could be a cup or something like that. No, one mistake at end of game in suburb of West London. Well, end of game, I think, is just the letter E. One could be an I, so maybe I, a word for mistake, and then an E. What's a suburb of West? See, I don't know my London. Um, Islington. No. How about cold-blooded killer, swine wanting closure? So yeah, I just thought it's going to be some word for a pig, a swine that doesn't have its final letter, so it is wanting closure. And it's going to be cold-blooded. I immediately think some kind of snake. Well, a boar would be a swine, and without its R, it's a boa. 60s singer bringing power into song in brief theatrical performance. I think it will be a 60s singer as part of the wordplay, and then putting a, well, now I'm not so sure. P for power into a word for song could be an air. What's a brief theatrical performance? A turn, a scene, monologue. But 60s singer, we had Lulu the other day, but it turned out to be the opera. Cher, although I think she's had hits in probably every decade since the 60s. Now let's move on. Top and bottom of small cube in trick. Yeah, I wonder if it is maybe the top and bottom letters of small s and L, and then a word for cube, and the whole thing is going to mean trick. Don't see it. All right, let's go back to the acrosses. Anchor, one swallowed by fish. So I think we're going to probably have a four-letter fish with an I for one inside it, and it's going to mean anchor. I think it's anchor is a noun. The fish is a bass, and I think with the I it becomes the basis. Which, is that really the anchor? I suppose it's as good as anything. All right, lost when navigating. All right, I think that's a simple double definition at sea. Oh, another London one. Oh, there might be a mini theme here because I see Arsenal and Waterloo and London Park, Victoria, London, yeah. Anyway, affluent London district with bitter constituents by the sound of it. So I think it will be an affluent London district. Oh, the first word ending in A is funny. And I think it's a homophone of bitter constituents. I think it may be an English homophone, maybe something like sour, but it's going to be sour. But yeah, what's that word ending in A? Extra? Yeah, don't see it. Quiet when kids finally kicked out A. Ooh. Well, quiet can be P, or it could be, I think it's hush. And kids finally is the last letter, the S. And if you kick that out, you get huh, which is another way of saying A. All right, blandishments from Wellington at Waterloo. I'm not exactly sure what blandishments are. I think it's sort of empty niceties that you might say to somebody, blandishments. And I'm wondering if it's Wellington the boot rather than the military man. And is it Waterloo the train station or Waterloo the battle? Waterloo the song by ABBA? I don't get it. Stick figure, head in hangman to go, in trouble up there. That's a mouthful. The way the last part is phrased sounds like that's the definition. Somewhere you might be in trouble up there. What's a three-letter word ending in M? Some, dim. No, what's the stick figure? No, recognize, extract, feels like a double definition. I think extract might be a verb, like take in might be to recognize, but take out. Um, Let me pause and sip my decaf and think about that one. No, I'm not thinking of anything. Let's try. Great Arsenal leader in Italian stallion, perhaps tackled by those from Chelsea. Oh my goodness. Those from Chelsea, is it the Chelsea pensioners or Chelsea FC? I'm thinking Italian stallion. That was Sylvester Stallone's nickname, right? Or was there another Italian stallion? But I'm wondering if it could be Sly, tackled by. Who's a great Arsenal leader? Do I need to know an Arsenal player? I may have to text my friend Dee and get some pointers from her. No. So we need 23 across for this one. A tight shirt features again on back of striker in Scottish team. Wow. Oh, maybe it's a Scottish team. Heart of Midlothian. Dundee. Hibs. Of course, the two Glasgow teams. No. Quiet. Quip. That's a funny double definition. If it is a double definition. Yeah, don't get it. Central politician, our whip stymied by it. Central. Yeah, don't get that one either. Last of five, huge boxes to lift. Feels like last of five is going to be the definition, but is it a famous five people or five things? It's the fifth one. Oh, could it be just simply fifth would be the last of five? Huge. Yeah, huge can be OS. Oh, and that boxes are surrounds maybe to lift. No. Where one might be putting London Park. No idea. Bath full of beer ultimately, quaffed by difficult setter. Well, beer ultimately, I think, is going to be the last letter of beer, the R. Quaffed by, I don't know. But then that would mean the definition would be bath. I don't get that. Tip over beer in London station. Might be a word for tip, which could be a verb like lean. And that goes over, well, ale is probably the most likely one. And it would be a London tube station or a 11 letters. Paddington is too short. Tip over. No. Bananas, except top bananas. Banana. Wow. Bananas meaning crazy can sometimes tell us to anagram something, but except top banana. No. Catch monkeys in valley when ground cleared. The only thing that's coming to mind is when the ground is cleared, as in an airplane has cleared the ground, it's taken off. But I think we're going to, well, catch, I think could be see, and then monkeys could be apes. Could monkeys be an anagram indicator? But in a valley, could be in a dale or a vale. When ground, ground cleared maybe is GD, you clear out. I don't like that. Food processor, plugged in, connects to machine. I think the definition might be food processor. I'm thinking plugged in, could be on perhaps. And that is followed by a word for machine for a food processor, beginning with on. No. Art is with me modeling for great artists. Well, modeling, I think, is an anagram indicator. So I think 7 letters would be art is me. I presume it's going to be plural for great artists. All right, I'm going to use the anagram helper. Let's see if something great artists. Well, I am thinking the masters could be the great artists, but I don't know how we would get the letters for that. Oh, but it could be. Oh, I think it's the French for masters. Maître, if I'm saying that even remotely right. I think that could be it. I'll leave it in anyway. Oh, here's another pig-related one. Swine loses top match. Oh, well, I think maybe like our boar lost its last letter. Here we have another one, but this might be a metaphorical swine. Loses its top letter for match, which could be a football match or it could be the verb to match. Now, maiden coming into bank via Victoria, say. No. Career issue. Well, issue can be child, but I don't see how career. Career can also be the verb to career wildly. I don't know if run, to me, run doesn't really mean either of those. To career, I can sort of see to issue forth, maybe things run. Oh, or the issue of a newspaper or a book could be a run, a print run. Let me put it in. I'm fairly desperate. Yeah, 21 minutes gone, and that's what I have to show for it. All right. Oh, I never went back to my 60s singer in brief theatrical performance. Yeah, Sinatra again would not be a 60s singer. And I think we are going to have a P somewhere there. Power into song in brief theatrical performance. No. And there I thought this one might begin with SL. But then what's cube? Could be like a cubicle at work. Oh, it's a cubed number. Yeah, I was just thinking of a magic trick, and I never know if it's sleight of hand or I think it is sleight of hand. SL plus 8. All right. Finally got another one. Ooh, blandishments from Wellington at Waterloo. Funny if it ends in G. I would have thought it would be a plural word. Yeah, I don't get it. And then, oh, I think I'm going to guess this is something out, an extract or to extract, pull out, make out, maybe. I can certainly see make out being recognized. Oops, I just don't see it being exactly to extract. Well, maybe, no, because that's the same sense as recognizing. It does mean this would have a K, tip over beer in London Station. Yeah, I don't think that's right. And 7 down then would end in O, which is possible either for a singer or a theatrical performance. No. All right. Oh, we don't have 23 as the quiet quip. I'm going to pause. My coffee is getting cold. I'll pause and I'll look through a bunch of these while I enjoy my coffee. Well, the one that I think I may have the answer to, I'm not very sure of this at all, is blandishments. I looked it up. It is cajolery, flattery. And so then again, thinking of Wellington boot, I thought of, boot licking is when you kiss up to somebody. There's a more vulgar term for that, but boot licking, I suppose at Waterloo you might get a licking, or Napoleon got a licking. I'm not quite at the 30-minute mark yet, so I'll just assume I'm right. Let's see. Here's our very difficult Installing engine part in Yorkshire town. Ooh. Bradford, Brad. Oh yeah, maybe the definition is very difficult. And then we have to put the engine part in a Yorkshire town. It could be Leeds, maybe, but what would the engine part be? I'm thinking the B is going to be part of the engine. But my mind has gone blank. Oh, now if that is, well, of course, I'm not sure about make out either. In fact, I'm very unsure of that. But one mistake at end of game, yeah, I'm thinking that should end in an E, although L something E isn't very likely. Suburb of West London, yeah, I wish I knew. Oh, Fulham. What's another? All right, I think because it is late at night, I'm going to bend my normal rules and I'm going to go ahead and check some of these right now. Uh, and this is just purely my own personal rule. Ah, all right. I thought I hit the button and I was surprised it was right. All right, so I won't reveal it yet, but the out was right. Oh, so that's interesting. I'm very confident Slight or Slate is right. And West Ham. Oh, Run, I'm not very sure of, but it is right. And my maître. Ah, no, well, then maybe it is Masters. Although, no, I think I had an S at the end of that. So, oh, how about Matisse? I don't think that's right either. No, I'm going to go ahead and reveal. Oh, ah, I had the wrong anagram. I only had one S to play with. Oh no, I mean it's in Italian, is it? Maestri? But I'm sure it's the same word as masters and maître. But in Italian, I think. Wow. All right. Let's just make a note to check that at 15 squared. All right, let's try my tip over beer in London Station. Oh, what's a London station beginning with C? Tip, of course, could be a rubbish tip. Over beer. Oh, maybe tip over is the. No, I mean, it's so long, 11 letters. I'm thinking it's something like Chislehurst or not Cheltenham. Oh, it's been so long since I was in London. All right, this was our 60s singer bringing power into song in brief theatrical performance. Yeah, I am wondering because of the ending if it is a word for a brief performance. Like, I don't know if there's a scenino or something for a small scene. I still need to know my 60s singer. Sandy Shaw. Sasha Distel. No. Yeah, this has been the way with Paul for me recently. All right, central politician. Our whip stymied by it. Yeah, I'm thinking again the definition is central. Something like downright or politician could be MP, or it could be an abbreviation for one of the political parties. I don't think we're dealing with an anagram with the R and the T. No, and where one might be putting London Park. Oh, maybe. Of course, the trick to this one is knowing where to break it, where one might be putting, of course, on a green. Yeah, I think I would have got that one earlier in the day. And then a London Park, Green Park. All right. So bananas, except top banana, might be for the first part a word that means crazy, like raving. I don't know though what except top banana. Maybe it's a word with another meaning for everyone who isn't the head of a company. I don't even know what that would be. All right, I think I'm going to pause, finish my coffee, think about this one, and then I'm going to go to wordplays.com if I can't think of it. Well, I don't exactly know how I got this one, other than I think I was thinking of an air as possibly the song, and since I had the I, then I thought, oh, it might end in IRO, and I thought of Helen Shapiro. She had a great voice for such a small woman. Uh, can't remember now what she sang, but I know she had a great voice. Um, so bringing power into air, and of course a theatrical performance could be a show, SHOW, and brief means we drop the last letter. All right. Oh, this one I did think earlier when I was on pause that the definition might be affluent, and it might be a Latin phrase or French for being well off, like ultra something, extra something. London District could be the city EC, or Soho with bitter constituents. No, by the sound of it. Yeah, the fact that constituents is plural and then they say by the sound of it makes me think we're going to have an S sound. So it could be a SE, a ZE, maybe a CE. Ooh, something ease might be if you're affluent, you have a life of ease. Bitter constituents. No, I don't see that. No, that was our go low. Oh yeah, this should be fairly straightforward with those letters. Yeah, but I'm not getting it. I think I'm going to have to go to wordplays.com for this one. I think I did know this town was in Yorkshire, but I had forgotten that. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? So very difficult is so rough, and you install the carb for the carburetor in that. All right. So here's our floors. I wonder if that could be downs, maybe warp slowly at first. With buff carpeting. Yeah, I don't see that one. Oh, how are we doing with Spooner's head louse? All right, well, the first word is going to start with H or an H sound, and then we flip it for grasp. Well, what would be a phrase for grasp? What's that three-letter word beginning with H? Hat, hot, hit. Ooh, maybe something hit. Oh, and a louse could be a knit, maybe. Grasp. Head louse. No, I'm just not seeing what that would be. If that was hit, then this would be Tim or Tom in trouble up there. Tam O'Shanter. Tom. Stick figure. Head in hangman. Oh, wasn't there a famous hangman that we had before? I've forgotten his name, and maybe his first letter has to go. Yeah. Do not see it. That was our suburb. So the L, I'm pretty sure, is right. That was our tip over beer. All right, let me look up London Underground stations. Well, as I was scrolling through the list and getting to see, I thought, oh, isn't there one that begins with cock? And so if you cock your head, you're leaning it. And of course, then it's Cock Foster's, where Foster's is the Australian beer. That's clever. Ooh, so not make out, pick out. Ah, yeah, so I suppose picking someone out of a lineup. Oh, so now one mistake. Oh, at end of game in suburb of West London. Something flap, flip. A flub would be a mistake. Yeah, I can't think of any suburb ends in L, L something P. Ooh, this one now, stole. Well, a stole, of course, could be something made of fur that goes around your neck. Yeah, a muffler. All right. So stole. Are. I wonder if quiet. A gag, of course, to gag somebody to quiet them, or a joke, a quip. And Another word for our meaning of a muffler might be something that muffles somebody like a gag. All right, swine loses top match. Oh, well, I'm thinking a blackguard could be a swine, you blackguard, which I think comes from blackguard. But then if it loses its top, a laggard is not a match. But I'm so desperate, I'm going to put it in and click the check this button. No, of course not. Why would it be? Um, but something else for a swine. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a literal swine. Well, how about our maiden coming into bank via Victoria, say? Of, I'm wondering if Victoria as a queen, and it's something, some form of the word Regina, Regent. Well, there's the regnal number for kings, right, and queens. I don't know if there's a feminine version, but maiden coming into bank. Of course, we often see is rely. I bank on you. I rely on you. And so the maiden is a gal, and so regally, I suppose an adjective to do with Victoria via Victoria, say. All right, I like that. Last of 5 huge boxes to lift. I was wondering if maybe the last letter of 5 is definitely an E. Huge boxes. Huge could be extra large, and the extra large boxes in the word to. I don't know if extol means lift, but I have a feeling this is right. So let's check it. It is. All right. I'm going to pause and refill my coffee cup. All right. I feel better now I've had more coffee. I took a look at 20 down now, since we have the L, G, and T. And I think we've had something like this before. The swine is a blighter, and he loses the B to become a lighter, a cigarette lighter, a match. All right, bath full of beer, ultimately quaffed by difficult, setter. Just wondering if it could be a dog of some kind. Full of beer. Well, the R, I think the R is the beer ultimately. Ultimately, and then quaffed by difficult. No, what word would even fit here? I was thinking of an ly, but I don't think so. No, I don't see that. A tight. Oh, could tight meaning drunk tell us to anagram shirt? Oh, there is something thistle, isn't there? Well, there's a lot of thistles in Scotland. A tight shirt features again. Back of striker must be just an R. In Scottish team. Yeah, maybe it's not a Scottish football team. No, I don't see it. There's our great. Well, the Arsenal leader might be the A inside of Sly. I don't even know if that is right. Tackled by those from Chelsea. No, I don't see it. That's yeah, just an E at the end of that doesn't really help me. That doesn't help me. All right, I think I'm going to focus on the top half. Try and finish this off. Actually, let me try my... Oh, did I check? I don't think I checked pick out. It is right. And I think I checked bootlicking, or no, maybe I just was pretty confident in that one. All right, I'm going to look up West London suburbs. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go to wordplays.com. I have heard of this place before. I didn't know where it was, but I think it's Ruislip. Ruislip. I think it's Ruislip it's pronounced. So a mistake would be a slip, one slip. Oh, the game is rugby union. We have that quite often. Are you? Are you being served? All right. Oh. So, of course, I'm not sure about that or my S. Affluent. London district with bitter constituents by the sound of it. Let me pause and ponder that. It is another part of London I've heard of. Does the BBC have a studio there? I think maybe Maid of Ale. And it does sound like made of ale. So it's not bitter as in bitter tasting, but bitter the beer. All right, go. Oh, I did. When I read low earlier, I did at the back of my mind remember that that can be the sound a cow makes, lowing, which could be moo. So if that boards a vessel, how is that going to mean go, I think? Yeah, I don't see a word with moo in the middle of it. Low boarding vessel. And what would that be? Boat. No, I don't see it. All right, I did have to use wordplays.com for this one. And it is moo in the middle of a word. It's in the middle of a vase, or vase if you prefer, to give vamoose. Go. Ah, so this then must be over. Oh, bowls. Bowls over. With buff carpeting. Yeah, I don't quite get that one. Oh, and of course, because I'm doing it late at night, we don't have the luxury of 15 squared. I think I'll pause and take a quick look at the end, but I don't think they'll have the blog until tomorrow. All right, so then this grasp, Spooner's head louse. So it's going to be a b sound. Okay, so it's not the knit I thought it might be. Head louse. Yeah, I don't, and grasp. Let me pause and think about that. Well, I was thinking if that was an E, what words we might have, and we might have bear. And then I said, oh, well, then there would be a hair something, oh, hair bug. And then that would give you a bear hug for the Reverend Spooner. So it's more than a grasp, it's quite a strong grasp. All right. Oh, so it's not Tom. In trouble up there. What is that? Gum? Gem? Gum? gum up the works. Gum free, sugar-free gum. What the heck is that? Gam, gem, gim, gum. I think it must be gum. Stick figure. Head in hangman to go. In trouble up there. I'm just going to go ahead and reveal this one. Oh, if you're up a gum tree, you're in trouble. Yes, I've heard that expression. How is the stick figure head in hangman to go? Now, I don't understand 14 across at all. Yeah, beats me. All right, well, at least the top is finally done. Oh my goodness, this is very long. I'm thinking, yeah, I need to, I'm really, it's been a long day, long noisy day, so I'm going to finish this one up quickly. I think a lot of reveals, and I'll just admit that Paul beat me fair and square. Maybe this just means great. Tackled by those from Chelsea. Yeah, Sloan Rangers or some other expression for Chelsea tractors we've had before. That was our Scottish team. I think I'm going to reveal the bananas one. I mean, I'm thinking something like barking, but I don't think it's going to be barking. Anyway, let's reveal it. It is barking. All right, but why is it except I certainly understand why bananas is barking mad, except top. Oh, except is bar, and the top banana is the king. Oh, that is clever. Very, very clever. All right. Oh, what is this? Wreath? Is Wreath in Scotland? The Wreath police dismisseth us. Yeah, I think it might be a team from Wreath. I'm going to go ahead and reveal this one too. Oh, Wraith. Oh, I have heard Wraith Rovers. Probably every Saturday when they would read out the football results, even if you're not paying attention, it all drips in the ear and sticks there somewhere at the back of the mind. A tight shirt features again on back of striker. So I think Scottish team is the definition. Yeah, but I don't understand that one at all. Here's our great Arsenal leader. Of course, it could be a military leader in the military Arsenal sense. Tackled by those from Chelsea. Oh, the Blues, of course, are Chelsea. So maybe we do have BL and then UES. Yeah. Or could it be the... Yeah, no. I'm going to go ahead and reveal this one too. Big guns. Wow. I think Great Arsenal is the definition. Big guns. Leader in Italian. Oh, a stallion is a GG. And tackled by Chelsea Buns. Yeah, I haven't thought of Chelsea Buns in a long time. All right, catch monkeys in valley when ground cleared. Don't see that one either. I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. Glimpse. So catch sight of. Ooh, that's a very tricky definition. Monkeys, I think might be chimps in maybe in a glade, but when ground cleared, yeah, I don't get that either, I'm afraid. So a lot of very tricky ones. Oh, central, I think must be important. Politician maybe is MP. R. Whip, stymied by it. Yeah, I don't fully get that one. Food processor. Ooh, plugged in. Maybe plugged in is like in the know, connects to machine. Now I'm gonna reveal this. This might be my worst performance in quite a while. Oh my goodness. Food processor is your stomach. Yeah, mine is gurgling away there. Plugged in connects to. It's plugged in. It's a hidden clue, of course. Yeah, I think that's the first one we've had. I should have looked for a hidden clue. All right, so now our Bath. Oh, could it be the town of Bath? Full of beer, ultimately quaffed by difficult setter. Well, I had to use word plays for this one. I could not think of any word that fit that pattern. Of course, it is hairspray. And I think the definition then is setter, as in something that sets your hair, hairspray. Bathful, beer ultimately, quaffed by difficult. No, I do not understand that one either. All right, let's check all. Everything is still there. Let me just see if there's anything at 15 squared. I don't think there will be. Oh, well, surprise, surprise. There's the blog set by, or put in by Peter O already. So thank you to Peter for that one. A couple bits of complex parsing and quite a bit of UK general knowledge. So that's my excuse anyway. So bowls over. Bow is to warp. And then the slowly at first is the S. Buff is a lover of something. All right. Gum trio. Gum is a stick plus a figure minus the head letter of hangman to go. Yeah, of course. And then I think I got. No, I didn't. I didn't write down all the ones I had trouble with. But yeah, Wellington is the boot and the victor in the battle. So Wraith Rovers was over is do it over, do it again in R plus A and an anagram of shirt. Wow. All right. Beer ultimately in spa is a bath. In hairy, difficult. Oh my goodness. Yeah, double envelope. Those are always fiendish. All right, in the downs, barking. Oh no, I got that one. Glimpse. Oh, imps are monkeys in a glen minus its last letter. And maestri, our great artist, is art is plus me. Yeah, so I think I had the right wordplay. I just went for the French instead of the Italian. All right, well, very difficult one to finish the week on, particularly when you do it Thursday night. Anyway, thanks as always for watching and have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.